Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA. Hey, welcome to another episode of Palmtrees and Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and joined with us as always is the better half of our show, Andrew Berkeley, Big Dog Tavares. Hey, how's it going, Andrew? How you doing, man?
Doing good, dude. Trying to figure out this computer thing.
Look, you're looking pretty fly on the computer, gotta say. And for everyone who's tuning in on, don't forget you guys can watch us live on KCAAradio.com for the live stream. And then all past episodes are available on YouTube and all the streaming platforms. Andrew, so we're definitely going to get into it a little bit later, but we really killed it, right? Can we get into that? Let's not.
Dude, I almost got in trouble at halftime
Because of how much you were enjoying the game, the show?
Yeah. That.
Awesome. Yeah, we umbrella, Ella, ship it down, dip it down. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that a little bit more later. But go on, Andrew.
I was gonna say, did you know that she was pregnant?
I do know. I do know that now. I caught a little bit of it at Yard House with some friends of the halftime show, and the waitress was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know Rihanna was pregnant." And I was like, "Wow, I don't body shame. I just assumed that maybe she was, pounding on a couple extra beers for the seasons like me." I didn't assume that.
She was just getting ready for the Super Bowl, for the big day.
Yeah, for the big game. Just having a good old time. My friend invited us over on Sunday, and he doesn't have cable. So he's on, we'll also get into this a little bit later, one of those free streaming, like a Pluto or maybe a Tubi of sorts. A Tubi of sorts. And they don't have the Super Bowl. So he put on, for the first, quarter or so, we were watching it there, just the numbers, just the stats.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. I was like, why did you invite us over here?
Did he know it was a Super Bowl?
There wasn't any snacks, so I'd assume no.
Well, that's an interesting place. How'd you guys end up at Yard House?
Oh, because I was like, let's go watch the game, you guys. I mean, as much as I like watching numbers, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I hate that. I'm just like, let's go do this. I'm not really a sports person either, but this is the thing to do.
You're a numbers guy, huh?
Yeah, and the thing is, I could have gone to my tia's house, where I know they had an awesome spread, but friends came from out of town, so I figured it was the thing to do. Andrew, where'd you catch the big game at?
We made it out to Phoenix, dude. We just got back on Monday night. So we were out there for the weekend, enjoying the Super Bowl activities, the fiestas out there. It was sweet.
Yes, you look like a Phoenix who, rose to the ashes.
Rose to the
Yeah, so I get it. I see it now. You're glowing. You're glowing of sorts.
Hey, we had to rise to the occasion. We had to come back from the ashes, Friday we had an unfortunate spill, but we got back up stronger on Sunday. On Saturday.
What was the unfortunate spill on Friday?
I don't know. Should we get into it right now?
I mean, we do have a guest who was just running a little bit late right now. There's some traffic and stuff, but he'll be getting here in about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, you want to get?
I got a story for you.
I'll
send you a video that's even better. It's crazy.
Let's go.
All right, so we Friday we went out, dude. Everybody was, Scottsdale, Phoenix, Chandler, Gilbert, all those cities around where the Super Bowl was.
I thought you were going through the cast of Friends. I was like Chandler, Joey, Ross.
You haven't been to Ross?
Yo, man, don't tell Coles.
Oh, that was a good one. That was good. What about Marshall? I like Marshall.
Oh, Marshall's the homie, dude. Marshall is legit the homie. Most of my LRG shirts, I believe, from Marshall.
TJ could be cool too.
TJ, yeah. I call him Max.
He hates when I call him Max.
Yeah,
he doesn't like it.
I don't. He probably hates when you call him.
Anyways, so let's get to it. So we go out, we have like brunch, we have mimosas, we go out to just bar hop, and we're just trying to see what it's like at every bar and what events they got going on. So we were just gonna do like a one and done at each one.
Yeah.
Well, then at our third one, there was this group that came up to us from Cutwater. You heard of Cutwater?
No.
You haven't heard of Cutwater?
What is Cutwater?
It's like it'll be like it's in a can. So they have types of like Jack and Coke, or they'll have tequila and what's it called when it's just like a bunch of flavored drinks where it's like tequila and Sprite.
Oh, okay, yeah, lime margarita, mango margarita, tiki rum. Yeah, I have had one or two of these actually.
Yeah. So then that company was sponsoring an event at one of the bars. So they come up to us, the bartender told us, hey, you guys only have like 15 minutes to take your drinks up here. There's going to be a private event at 2 o'clock. And we're like, oh, okay, no worries. So we just wanted to be up at the rooftop bar. And then a guy from Cutwater comes over. He's like, hey, would you guys mind sitting in front of these drinks and just like, holding them? Awesome. You guys could drink them. Just take a picture with them. And we're like, sure.
Yeah.
So then we go and we just we're drinking them. He's like, wait, I need to go get more. So he goes and grabs more, 2 buckets full, just puts them on the table. He's like, yeah, just keep looking normal. Just drink them. And then after he was done with the pictures, he was like, okay. He's like, see you guys later. And that was it. He said, he just said, see you guys later. And he said, you can have the buckets. We had 3 buckets full of Cutwater.
What are we talking, like 12 in there? 6, probably 6 in there?
There's probably 6 in each one, yeah.
Let's go.
And there was only 6 of us. So, everybody was having a good time, which ended up leading to our downfall. An hour and a half later, me and Antonio, dude. Oh, that was the downfall.
Yeah, then what was that?
Okay, so Victoria, we end up back at their place, and Victoria is not doing too well. Actually, I'm not using names. Anyways, Antonio. Anyways.
I love this.
So as I was saying,
Elsa and Anna,
my girlfriend's twin sister, was on the floor not doing the best, and we were gonna try to pick her up to get her on the sofa.
Shout out to Cutwater.
Shout out to Cutwater. And so we go out there, dude. We try to go pick her up and get her on the sofa, and there's just too much dead weight for 2 people, and we dropped her flat on her face, dude.
We're talking about your girlfriend's your girlfriend's twin sister.
Yes.
So they're about like, what would you say, like 5'8", 5'9"?
5'6".
5'6"? Okay, yeah. See, I obviously don't know height. So 5'6" and what? We're maybe like 120 soaking wet at that. And I don't want to sound insulting because I don't know numbers, but
so
very
120. Let's go 120.
Let's go 120. Yeah, very very light. I would assume light ladies, but dead weight, huh? Dead, passed out, drunk weight.
Dude,
is something
it was
else.
Bad.
Awesome.
Was bad. And her dad was there for the weekend, so the video gets shared around with her other sister out there that lives out in Arizona. She was like, are you guys okay? Like, should I go over? And Antonio's like, yes, please come over. Come help. And so it turns out she ends up going to the hospital
for alcohol poisoning.
She's got concussion.
Woo!
She had that was this one, dude. Her head was it was huge, dude. It was just huge, just hanging out
because you threw her on her face.
Just that's what broke the fall was her face, her forehead.
And this was
broke the fall.
In your guys' house or out?
It was at her house. Out there in Phoenix.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
And it was like 3:30, and she bounces back like a champ.
3:30 p.m. We're talking 3:30 p.m.
3:30 p.m. She comes back a champ, having a good time. Everyone's relaxing. Now we kept the scene calm, and then all of a sudden she's like, "I just don't feel good," and then that's when everyone started getting worried. We called the older sister. She comes picks her up, takes her to the hospital. They give her a CAT scan. They go through it all. Then she has full-blown concussion. She is definitely dehydrated. Is drinking a lot, and we ended up spending our Friday night. Her and I was like watching her, taking care of her, while everybody else went out that night.
Oh my goodness! And how many hours was she in the? Because you said she went to the hospital.
She was found in the hospital for like 2-3 hours.
Wow,
got back around like 7, maybe like 6:37, and then that was it. Everyone just kind of was like, "Are you good?" She's like, "I'm good."
Yeah, pass me another one of those Cutwaters. I want one of those tiki rum Mai Tais, please.
That's where it all went down.
And I'm looking at them right now. By the way, that's like an emergency room turnaround. I'd love to hear it. That she was out in a couple hours.
3 hours, dude. She was out and just. chilling.
Yeah, so I'm looking right now, and it looks like there's certain ones that are 7%, which is pretty high already. And then we're talking other ones that are 12.5%. The tequila margarita is 12.5.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And this is saying that it all comes in a mixed 6-pack. So you're going to get 2 7s and then the 12.5 tequila margaritas.
Dude, that was our mistake.
Ooh, what a
we were
dangerous
just so
game.
excited.
Yeah.
It was just, how do you say no to free stuff? And
free stuff.
The Cutwater company is all right there. And even like the 2 CEOs come up. They're from San Diego. So they come up to us and they're like, because we're at their booth.
Yeah.
They were like posing in their booth. That's why like we had to leave at 2. And they came up and they're just like looking at us and they're like, we're like, oh, is this your booth? And they're like, it is, but we just want to ask you guys, how are you guys enjoying the drinks? And the guy has like an embroidered Cutwater shirt or polo, and I'm like, are you the owner of Cutwater?
Is it an alligator, a little embroidered alligator drinking a Cutwater?
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
And I'm like, you look like an important man. I'm like, are you one of the owners? And he's like, actually, yeah, we're the 2 CEOs of this company. And he's like, we'd love to like ask you guys' opinions. And we're like, well, this was great. Or you know us, we're all like, yeah, this is great. That's so good. Gave him our favorite flavors, and we just walked away with, I don't know, probably two 6-packs. So we have 12 in our pockets and just walking around and drinking them and having a good time. It was fun.
And if you guys had the tequila margarita one, that's 12.5. Oh my gosh, that is nutty. I mean,
bro, I didn't know. You made my jaw drop. I did not know. It was
that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Oh man,
that was a 12.5 night.
All right, let's get into a little bit of music real quick. I'm gonna go. I think we have our guest here.
Let's get it.
So let's get into anything you want to hear. Anything you want
I want to hear some of Palmtrees in Progress, Mr. Save Your Soul.
Oh, what?
I don't know if you can find it.
That's a little last.
I don't know if you got it right
radio
now.
edit last minute.
Got handy.
Okay, well I got this hand. Was that good?
I was texting my other job.
Oh, nice.
I got a new offer from another radio show.
Ooh, is it Howard Stern? Is it Howard Stern?
It's 92.3, but we're not going to go there right
now. Is it? Well, if it's Rick D's, I understand. We should have played Disco Duck. Rick D's #1 song.
Rick D's in the morning?
That's the one. That's the one. He had a number one. He had a number one hit song.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Rick D's had a #1 hit song that was called Disco Duck. I'm gonna look it up because we might have to.
Play it.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to. Especially because I didn't find my guest. He was in the wrong parking lot, if you believe it.
You were hustling, man. You made it back before that song ended.
Yeah, you know. Ready for Disco Duck together?
I'm ready for Rick D's. Let me see this.
I don't know.
If they let Remember the Times pass, I mean...
Was it?
They should let this pass, right?
Andrew, any commercials that you saw on the for the halftime show for the big game that you want to talk about? I heard there was a couple of religious ones that got people upset. I missed those. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I didn't see the religion ones. I didn't happen to catch them.
Yeah, I guess there was like one about Jesus or something like that, which is awesome. But I
guess
Denada. But yeah, I heard there was a couple of those, or at least one. But I guess you missed it too.
You didn't see it? Did you happen to pull any up?
No, but I did pull up one thing from the Super Bowl. So while we wait for our guest, did you want to let's hit some numbers?
I guess.
Go on. What were you gonna say, Andrew?
No, I was gonna say. So I'm thinking my Super Bowl commercial favorite one's probably Tubi.
Oh man, that Tubi one. I was reading the comments on stuff about like that Tubi commercial where it seemed like during the game that someone sat on a Tubi controller and switched up to the apps and stuff like that. So I was at the bar. I was at Yard House, and people were going bonkers. But I read comments about how people at certain bars were like, "What are you doing? Hey, who's got that control?" Can you imagine? Your team's already losing, and then you're this joker over here at the bar is just slouching.
Just switch the game on you.
Anyways, my big game was the Puppy Bowl. I don't know what all this other stuff's about. Mine's the Puppy Bowl.
Did your bet win?
Yeah, I had the Husky. I put money down for the Husky. Obviously.
Smart pig. You're a smart man.
Smart pick.
Oh, no. Other than that, I mean, I also watched it at a bar too, so I didn't really get to like hear much of the commercials. But I mean, it was fun at that place. We went to it. Shout out to O'Kelly's in Phoenix.
Ooh.
They had a deal where if you paid, I think it was $25 at the door, it came with all you can eat buffet and 5-cent domestic.
Whoa.
5-cent, like, dude, it was like really cheap.
What was that at the door? You said
for 5 cents. Huh?
What was the price at the door? And you got all you can eat, and then 5 cents domestics.
It was yeah. So it was $25 at the door,
Woo.
all you can eat,
Woo.
and then 5 cents well drinks, domestics.
What kind of spreads? What kind of spreads are we talking about?
Cocktails, something like that, dude. But it was 5 cents.
What was the food? What is the food we're working with? What are we talking about? Some like wangs, I assume.
Yeah, wings, nachos, some meats. They got some like briskets. They had a pretty good serving. Taquitos. I mean, they did it up with Super Bowl food. That wasn't where I think I'm gonna spend $25 on a bar. I'm only gonna get 2 drinks.
Oh man, yeah, because you're right. You could $20. You probably get 2 drinks, and then you want to at least tip $5 for like that bill. I feel like if you want the
right,
you know what I mean. If you don't want to be a jerk,
right. So that's why I was like, dang, I wasn't there for the food that much. I mean, the food was good, but it wasn't like that was the main thing for me. All of our friends, as soon as we got like our waiter like understood the mission, it was like sushi came with one round. We're like, okay, by the time you come back with the next one, we're gonna be done with this one. Just kind of keep it coming like that. And I think we tipped her like $100 at the end of the night because, dude, our bill was maybe $20, but we were all just being served nonstop.
Oh wow, that's awesome! How many people did you go with? It was like a lot of the in-laws, correct?
Yeah, there was some in-laws. So it was like Antonia's other 2 sisters over there, her brother-in-law, and then Antonia's sister has 2 roommates, so they also came as well. And then I brought a friend out there, so it was probably like maybe like 10, 12 of us in total.
Okay, well in that case, that's a whack tip. just coming in hot.
Hey, I think our bill without the discount was $5.60.
Oh wow! And then with the discount was $20.
It came down to something like that. It might have been like $5.60 was with the tip.
Dang.
Maybe, and it was $4.60 without tip.
I would have taken a photo of that receipt. I am,
it was taken. It was.
Yes,
taken.
I'm glad to hear that because I there's a lot of people on Instagram, on social media, and all that who like to flex and take photos of like how much they spent. Me, the only time I ever take a photo of a receipt is when the savings is dope. I'm like an extreme Cupidist without the dedication or patience.
I love that you said that.
I
love that we're cousins. I love exactly where you're going with that.
Dude, I remember like Rite Aid for the longest time, probably when I first turned 21, 22, that they would always give like, when I would go get like 2 12-packs of beers, of like whatever kind of craft beers or blah, blah, blah.
You're old enough to drink beer?
I know, surprisingly. Surprisingly. With my references and saying no cap. That's lit, fam. Send me some Robux. And and I remember getting like the receipts was super long, so when I ran out of toilet paper, I would always use that. But then there was once in a while where I saw like it was like 50% off or something off of your next purchase, including alcohol, which I never would see that back in the day. And it was like, okay, Rite Aid, let's go. There was a time, there was a time, and I went with my older sister, shout out to Brian, and we went to Rite Aid up the street when I was staying in Arlanza, and we must have grabbed like 4 cases of beer, and then they forgot to charge the bottom ones or something that were in the shopping cart, and we didn't do that thing that like mothers do. That we're like, oh no, I forgot the 36 waters that's weighing the shopping cart down on the bottom. No, we were trying to be slick. We were like genuine.
You're not catching me spending $3.99 on a pack.
It couldn't be me. And so we already got like maybe paid for 120, like 112-pack or something like that because of the discount, and then got like 3 of them for free, 2 of them little 5-finger discount accidentally, and it was just a cool photo. I was like, what the heck? Look at all these drinks, and like $12 was spent. Amazing.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a good receipt. Yeah.
If I could put a
I think
timestamp
somebody
on
took
it,
a picture of the receipt.
it was around when Bud Light Platinums were had commercials.
Oh, that was a while ago. That's funny.
Yeah.
That was a good timestamp. That was a good
There
timestamp.
you go.
That was a good timestamp.
You want malt liquor in your Bud Light? Here it is.
That's so
6%.
crazy.
6% alcohol for people who are used to drinking all day.
Oh my goodness, dude! You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking, all right, okay. Would you consider those an IPA?
The Bud Light Platinums?
Yes.
No, because I think they're like malt liquors and stuff like that, like a malt liquor ale, kind of like a Mickey's or a King Cobra.
Ooh, okay. So, what do you compare? What do you think, taste-wise, between the two? What do you prefer?
Between Bud Light Platinum and an IPA,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Depending on what IPA it is, I'm probably gonna go to IPA all the time.
All right. Well, I don't know if you know this, but our good friends at IEN Friends got a little joke or two about IPA drinkers. So I just wanted to set you up. I just wanted to set you up.
I
Right
can
now.
only imagine. I can only
We gotta
imagine.
clip that. That is
Yeah,
clipped. We got it clipped now.
I think I'm a little different. I think I'm. I don't need to develop a personality when I drink craft beer. Come on, dude. I get it. You don't think my girlfriend bought me beard oil? I haven't opened it.
You enjoy IPAs. You enjoy.
I do. I love myself some Bucanas. I love some whiskey, but I mean, I've lately I'm just like, man, there's nothing like a nice little hazy IPA or something like that. I'll be craving it. It's a borderline problem, I think. Because I'm like, water doesn't satisfy.
So you think you got a little more pizzazz than that the normal Bud Light?
I believe it's pronounced hops. But yes, pizzazz.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was good. I think they got some jokes they can run with that one.
They're just gonna burn me.
We're gonna run the clip back. We're like, you guys gotta check this out. He's an IPA drinker.
IPA, and it slows down anymore. Do you like Bud Light Platinum IPA? Hey, Andrew, why don't you let the listeners know a little bit about future guests that we're gonna be having? I'm gonna go check the door, and you know what? Just talk about stuff real quick for a couple of seconds.
All right, man. Run it back, Turbo. Here we go. Well, for all the listeners, appreciate you guys coming on and listening to us. Whether you're listening to the car, you're hearing us on, iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever it is, we appreciate you guys. This is something we've been doing for the last 2 years, and we've been able to have some fun with it. We've been thankful to have this radio, this hour that our producer, ourself, that his boss gives us. So we do this. We come out here for fun. We really enjoy just being able to talk, hang out with each other as cousins, but we also like meeting new people. So we think we have some sort of, fun characteristics. I would definitely say, if you've listened to the show long enough, you know that Erick, save your soul, Osario, that guy is a funny man. I'm lucky to be his guest. I'm lucky to call him my cousin. And so we're looking forward to, making the show. We've always, we've talked about it, just making the show more fun, impactful. We want to bring on guests that, we understand how social media works, whether you're big on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch. I mean, we want to talk to you because that's amazing that what you're doing with the crowd that you have, with the influence you have. If you're using your powers to make somebody laugh, make someone's day better, give somebody inspiration, we want you on the show. We want to see entrepreneurs. We want that mindset. And it just makes us, it makes us really appreciate what others are doing out there. And we want to give you guys a voice. We want people to know what it is that you're passionate about, what you care about, what your artistic abilities. It really is just something that we're fortunate enough to be able to have this hour just to expose, what it is out there that's music. We have creators, content creators. We have it all. We're very lucky to have this radio show. So again, we have our friends over at IEN Friends. If you guys haven't seen them on Instagram, TikTok, they're really big. They're a big group of friends out here that create a bunch of jokes in the Inland Empire. So, they're really trying to put on. And then I know we have another one too. And as far, I'm really sorry, give me 5 seconds, but we have another one. I don't know if everyone's familiar with him out in the IE. Here we go. This is, where's our man? He's coming in. Hold on. We got to check the DMs. Here he is. Be Local Riverside. We have him coming in as well. So, again, those are two locals that we're trying to bring in. We got IE and Friends, and we got Be Local Riverside. Both two great groups. If you haven't seen them on Instagram, you haven't seen their TikToks, go follow them. Give them a like, subscribe, you know, how it works. But they've been putting on for their IE, so we're very lucky to have them and fortunate. We're going to be doing that, I think, in March. So we're going to get Eric and we're going to have a little set going, and it's going to be a good time. So I'm excited about what we got in the future. And like I said, you know, we appreciate you guys listening. If you're in the car rides, if you're on Spotify, Apple Music, we appreciate you. So you're definitely making the show what it is. And
dang, Andrew, you sweating right now. You killed it right now. That was awesome.
Hey, dude. Hey, you gotta play that back. You gotta play that
yeah.
back.
Hey, I'm gonna make commercials about it. I'm gonna use it for samples, for songs and stuff like that.
Hey,
that was perfect. And we got TikTok content creators. I
should have bought my own air horns. I should have been doing that.
If air horns were so darn expensive, for sure, I would just have analog air horns.
Oh.
There it is. Let's go.
I think my phone's having a hard time connecting between my AirPods and wanting to play on the speakers. It was catching it every other.
We got a beta fly trap here, so we're gonna get him on the mic in a second. Here you go, and then you want to sit right there, big dog? All right. So we've had Beta Flytrap on the show before. Andrew, I think you remember, played some of his music. I might be able to find some, but
I think he's a friend of the show, right?
Good friend of the show. Good friend of the show.
All right, hello, people. What we doing today?
Wait, Beta Flytrap, we haven't introduced you yet. Gosh darn it!
I think this is my first time here.
Is it his first time here?
Yeah, I think this is.
Well, you're a friend of the show, a good friend of me, and
we played his music though. We played his music
though. See, Andrew gets it.
With permission.
Given consent.
That's good.
Even got consent.
Given consent.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Oh, look at that shoulder rock. He's rocking it.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Get by with a little help from my friends.
Ain't that right? All right. Another shout out to Greaseball for letting us use that track for the segment to bring on our guest, and shout out to Beta Flytrap for taking the time to driving all the way out here and being on the show. Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite collaborators to work with, and one of my favorite artists to work with.
Thank you.
Shout out to you, and I have it's a blessing to call you one of my best friends too. So that's pretty awesome.
Same.
So
it's love. I'm feeling the love.
Yeah.
Andrew, love. That's all we can give.
Jeremy, this is my cousin Andrew.
Okay.
Big Berkeley Andrew Tavares,
nice
and
to meet you.
yeah. So we've played your music before, and Andrew was definitely digging it. I'm sure I could find some of the tracks before, some of the radio edits, but why don't you let a little bit of the listener know where they could find your stuff, like what your artist name is, and maybe your social media platform?
I just go by Beta Flytrap. It's literally on everything. BETA Fly Trap, you know. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Those are the main two spots I like to promote stuff or whatever I got going on. And those are the places you can check me out. Mostly Instagram.
Yes, and first project that we did together was I know you have a couple other ones available on SoundCloud still.
Oh yeah. We have I have a whole album on Spotify, on all music platforms. All music platforms, Apple, everything. Just look up Beta Flytrap. Not Even in Your Dreams. That's the name of the album that we worked on.
Yes.
Very special project by yours truly. Hope you check it out. And enjoy it. I just try to make good music for the people.
Yes, and you do. Yeah, and then you have other music available on SoundCloud, I believe, too. And then you can be working on a new project. Hey.
Yeah, I have music on the SoundCloud as well. that will be under Beta Fly Trap as well. You can find it on my Instagram actually too. There's a lot of lost tracks that I like putting out there just to give people something to do. And I'm planning on putting more, and I have another project coming. A lot of music coming. It's just in the works of just perfecting it and putting it out because, you know, that's very important. Part of the music process. So it's going to be very special, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it for what it is and, you know, get good vibes from it, you know?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Love that. I was gonna say, where do you get a lot of your inspiration from? I know you said, or Eric said you were traveling from, so I don't know where you were traveling from, but is it from home or like friends? Like, how did you come up with your type of music?
That's a good question. It's probably a mixture of a lot of different things over the years, and even just the world changing and just like sound, a lot of different sounds, you know, because I'm very into just like the sounds of things and just trying to make something that's very authentic, cohesive, something that people could really dig just from a first listen, you know, love at first listen. That's like my little motto that I try to go by, to try to, you know, so once I create a song, it's more than just, you know, the thing about me is like, I'm not here to market anything to you. I just let you, you know, listen to the music and make up your own mind about how you feel.
You let us listen to what you create.
Yes, basically. So it's just, you know, awesome. I just do it for the people, you know, and just to spread love and just to show people, you know, we're all connected, and we all going through the same things, and, you know, I like to, but just to answer your question from before, I mean, inspiration, let's see if artists that I could think of as of right now. I mean, we all grew up listening to the greats like Jay-Z and Nas, and, you know, so of course I get a little inspiration from them. I like to consider myself a songwriter, so I like, you know, I'm from Atlanta originally, so I listen to like The Dream, you know, people like that are really good at, you know, writing stuff, because I'm into writing
lyricists.
Too. Yeah, you know, actual lyrics, because I feel like in today's time, it's a lost art, you know. There's a lot of things out there that you know, that's in your face all the time when you go on social media, but I feel like, you know, I try to like separate myself from that and just make something that's more authentic and just, you know.
Yeah, I definitely I can speak to that too. Like, your soulfulness sound, like it shows on the tracks, and also like you sometimes choose to pick the top 40s kind of beats that people go on, just to kind of flex and do your own thing on it, and have a little bit of a better message behind these trap beats. And then also you do have your soulful tracks. Like I got the It Don't Work Like That. We could blow it up in a second and stuff like that.
Yeah, we could definitely play that one. Yeah. That's one of my favorites, you know.
One of my favorites as well.
Yeah. And the crazy inspiration about that song is like I was going for like a reggae flow. It's like a reggae type of thing. So, like, that's how that song kind of came together. And a lot of people gave me, like, oh, I really like this. It sounds, you know, they throw, like, names in there. I don't want to really say it on the radio.
Yeah.
But, but I'm like, oh, that's funny that you get that. Because, you know, I just kind of did, like, a reggae thing on there. And, you know, on a trap song.
How do you feel about the Applejack's Cinnamon guy?
Applejack Cinnamon.
With Cinnamon, you are the winner man.
Winner man.
Where's that? Is that like a?
That's an old Applejack's commercial during our youth.
To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Applejack's.
Wow. Okay. Anyway,
Eric's been opening that one up to sleep for a while. We're on the show now. He's breaking out these random jokes.
We're going with "It Don't Work Like That" by Beta Fly Trap, available on all streaming platforms, off of the "Not Even in Your Dreams" album. Let's go.
jam leads the beat. We them boys easy E. We the ones that's in the streets for real. She petite and a freak. Let her rapper serve and make a deal. She don't mind to work for free. Meaning she don't mind to work for me. Niggas squilling ballin' like Jaleva. Let her rapper serve the pack again. Bag a seat on Hercules. Have a menage on Remy. Trying to see what that head do. Where your friends at? Make it ends meet. Fuck the industry. Me and Soul surviving won't let me out the trap. Akon on the cell right by the payphone. Y'all niggas is looking up familiar. I can't hear y'all. Dudes with no money, it don't work like that. I just hit the floor and he got work right back. It don't work like that. Spend it, get it right back.
What do you think? Where do you think Andrew's going? Where do you think Andrew's going right now?
I don't think he liked it.
I don't think he left because he hated it so much.
He
He's
liked
like,
it at all.
I hate it. That was It Don't Work Like That. Available on all streaming platforms off of the Not Even In Your Dreams project from Beta Fly Chat. We are with Beta Fly. Let's go.
Hello.
Yes. Well, Andrew, what'd you think about that one?
Like that. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, how long did it take you to make a song like that? Because definitely, I felt like I love the back right away. I always tell Eric, if I could pick a song, I'm not as good at making music and having that creative mindset that you guys have, like you artists actually have. I'm a drummer. I know I'm a drummer at heart, where I'm just in the background, like I pick up the beat and I'm like, wow. So
You
I
do
really
kind of
like
act
the
like
beat,
Travis Barker. I've always thought that about you.
Oh,
Damn
Yeah.
you, dude.
just-
that's a compliment.
Yeah. Oh man, I got that vibe. You're just gonna get a bunch of like head tattoos when you're like 50. Very Travis Barker
We'll
like.
find out. If I get paid more money for that, I might do that.
Let's go. Yeah, and if you're gonna marry a Kardashian, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and just to add, to let that song go is the title of the song is like something that can go into everyday life. Like I catch myself saying that a lot, and I think a lot of people catch themselves saying that word a lot. It don't work like that. So it's like it can kind of be like an anthem thing, because I feel like a lot of people say that on a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how another thing that song came about, but.
Dang.
Just to
Okay,
let
so you that said anthem, and this is getting Eric's gonna find a joke in there somehow.
No.
So a song that I think about is like, you can't always get what you want.
Mhm.
That was influential on me when I was younger, but I think that's like an anthem. Like I catch myself saying that consistently. And I always think my brother, I'm like, thank you for showing me that song at such a young age, because I don't know how many times I just tell people, I'm like, you can't always get what you want. I mean, you can try sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah, your girlfriend, it don't work like that, or your friend always, it don't work like, it goes with a lot of things. So,
and that answers a lot of good questions. Honestly, like when you have a friend going off, it's like, well, dude, it doesn't work like that.
Mhm.
That's a good point. It is another anthem that
I do love the way that your brother Andrew showed us music back in the day and stuff like that. Put me on a lot of cool artists that I wouldn't have listened to or would have been exposed to at that age. But I did always hate the pretentious tone. He's like, you don't know CCR? You don't know Creedence Clearwater? You grew up with no father, but like you don't know this old band. You don't know this old band from like that's like kind of white person rock. You don't know them. You don't know Def Leppard? Like, come on. Like, you don't know Cream or Eric Clapton? Like, why do you not know that stuff? It's like, look, dude, thank you. They rock, but like, I'm 8 at the same time. I'm 8. Like, no, I haven't. Oh, I don't know. Mm-hmm. My exposure to the Beatles was from Castle Park, because I used to play that stuff all the time.
Oh, that's cool. My story is like my first musical experience was choir with the Beatles. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, we were kids and we had to all stand up and sing the Beatles.
Yeah. Do you remember what song it was?
Oh man, I remember "We All Live in It." That was one of them.
That's
when
awesome.
I'm 64. Will you love me? Remember my hand? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
it goes
awesome.
way back for me.
Yes.
Like I got an extreme love for Beatles just for that. just that childhood experience, and even in music. Who would have thought? My first exposure to music would have been the Beatles.
That's awesome. And now that like we kind of gotten a little bit more into like music royalties and rights and stuff like that. I don't think for 2 seconds that Castle Park was able to afford the royalties and the rights to play the Beatles. in their park.
They were bankrupt because of it.
Yeah. Let's. By the way, pull that album out one more time about you. That commercial for the one Beatles album is like burnt in my brain. If you remember it, the infomercial, you can see it at certain angles.
I know. There we go.
There it is. I remember that commercial all the time. Beatles won.
Beatles won. What did they win?
Yeah, what did they win? They won.
It's a terrible joke.
That's the kind of jokes we like.
Another one. Just telling you, I'm in a room full of Beatles stuff right now.
Nice. All over.
Who's your favorite Beatle?
I'm going to say Ringo. I'm going to say hot take Ringo.
No, I like the underdogs. I like the least favorite ones.
So was it Ringo also?
No, it was probably Paul McCartney. No, John Lennon. It was probably John Lennon.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
John Lennon.
He said, okay. What about you,
It's
Jeremy?
pretty normal, basic. I don't have like. Can't say he changed my life.
I don't want to seem typical and say John Lennon, you know. So.
Oh my God!
I don't want to be
You and Erick
typical.
are really
but...
friends. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get that.
Yeah,
You guys are really friends.
We got about like 9 minutes before we got to get out of here. Let's try to get through a couple videos before.
Wait! I want to ask.
Oh, yeah, hit it.
What? So I'm guessing you were there when Eric started Palm Trees in Progress. What does Palm Trees in Progress mean to you? What is your interpretation of Palm Trees in Progress?
That's a very interesting question. Well, to me, I believe, in my own brain, I've always believed it was like the future of like West Coast, and it represents the West Coast a lot. And it's all about just, the lifestyle of just how California and just progressing one day at a time. It really speaks to me because my life, I am surrounded by palm trees and and progression. I'm on the radio, so it's just so it's just the journey. That's what I admire about it. It's the journey and just watching the progression, because a lot of things in today is not really about progressing and laying things brick by brick. Is always like trying to get stuff fast, and especially out here since we're in California,
right?
So everything's very fast. So watching Eric grow and do what he does, I'm very proud of him, especially as a friend.
Thanks,
and
man.
It's just it speaks volumes to me, and I would much rather represent that than or even just, I'm wearing a sweater right now, like I'd rather wear that than just wear Gucci or something.
Right.
It's just all the value that you put to things, and so I feel like that's very important. And yeah, I mean that's what it means to me, the journey and just the upbringing and the humbleness and the that sort of thing. What about you?
Dude, I love that. Honestly, I'm pretty like on the same point as you. I remember the first time me and Eric like talked about it. And this is why I asked, is because right now you said you like creating your music for people to like, interpret in their own way, just kind of have it out there. Like there was no specific thing you like it to be left out. I created this music, interpret it, use it as you will. But that's kind of what like, it reminded me as like, man, you and Eric are friends. Because when I first asked him, what does Palm Trees in Progress means? He's like, I kind of just like interpretation. Like he's like, I like seeing the different interpretations and the open like mindset to it. But you basically nailed exactly what I thought. That was the way that I described it to him. I'm like, that really does make sense. Taking things one day at a time, relaxing, enjoying life, the journey, and always getting better. So no, you definitely nailed it. I just wanted to know, like, oh my dang, you reminded me of Eric when you said interpretation.
Yeah.
So you guys are friends. Just figure
Facts check. Let's see.
That's awesome. No, I love it. No, I want more people to know it. And I was going to bring this up to Eric. This is kind of cool. You should ask our guests more, like, what's Palm Trees in Progress to them?
Oh, that would be a cool little
What
segment.
is their Palm Trees in Progress?
Yeah, it's the future. I
Ooh.
think it's the future.
What is your Palm Trees in Progress to you?
Because it's all different. It's definitely different to everybody. So that's cool. Little philosophical. We can go up there another time.
Yeah, I loved
Eric?
it. I do have this video I kind of want to get to. It's Tony Hawk. We all grew up playing Tony. We all grew up playing Tony Hawk. I feel like we could all get kind of stoked off this one. I don't need to say anything, and it'll play.
Mr. Tony.
That was my sensei. I edited that.
Okay.
Who is that?
Goldfinger.
The microphone is yours, my friend.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
Who are
You know this song?
That's Tony Hawk on vocals with Goldfinger.
I didn't even know he did this type of thing.
He just started doing it.
Okay. Sounds very happy.
Yeah, pick it up, pick it up. Oh. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4? Yes. Oh. So awesome. So, yeah, I guess he's been going on with a lot of bands that were on his first couple games and doing a bit of karaoke and stuff for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
It's so sick.
Nice. He's
I know
doing,
we
like side quests like Snoop Dogg.
Yes. Yep.
At this point.
He's trying to make himself relevant again at the back end of his career.
Tony Hawk does not need any help to be relevant. He broke his leg. He's like,
man.
did you see the video of him like hurting his leg trying to do like a 540 or something like that? He
Recently?
Oh man, I guess it happened maybe like last year or so, but recently he came out saying how the doctor and everyone else was right because he was supposed to give it a little bit more time to heal, and he kind of was going hard on the skateboard and was putting pressure on. Oh man, I can't remember exactly what had happened to his leg or hip, and so it was his bone healed wrong, so it just made it, everything's gonna take a lot longer now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds like how it works. Dang, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, you know,
Man.
smoking weed while you have a broken bone is really bad for that bone that's supposed to heal. I don't know if you guys know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I heard that, looked it up, and I was like, I guess that's right. I guess that's right. All
I
right.
guess your body does feel better when it's at 100%, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, it's still sore. So we got about 3 minutes before we get out of here. Thank you for all the listeners to tuning in to Palmtrees in Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario. Joined with me as always is the better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley, Big Dog Tavares, and we've been joined with our guest in front of the show, Beta Fly, available on all streaming platforms. Is his most recent project. I should.
Did you do that without the paper?
Not even in your dreams.
Wow.
Not even in your dreams. Not even your.
It took you 2 years.
What was it?
Years, now you can do without the paper.
Yes, I used to have my phone. Remember, I would have my phone. I'm like, that's pretty good, huh? Yeah, not even in your dreams. Available on all streaming platforms, and we are going to be cooking up a new project. Jeremy, you want anything to say before we gotta get out of here? We got about 2 minutes.
Nothing in particular. It's just I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to
Heck yeah.
Give off good energy, and feel the love. And I hope everybody is feeling the love. And I hope your day goes good and everything gets better. Like they say, don't be upset about things not going your way because it's just right now, and eventually it will go your way.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love that.
Dang.
Andrew, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
I mean, how are you supposed to say anything after that?
I know.
That was so beautiful.
He Rihanna'd your performance right now. He just reread it up.
You did. Congratulations to Rihanna. How about that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, no, I just want to say thank you, Beta Fly Trap, for coming on. I just gave you the follow, so if everyone else hasn't, Beta Fly Trap on Instagram, easy as that, Spotify. But thank you, dude. Appreciate the positivity, and thank you for putting him with my cousin. I wouldn't have made that drive for him.
Oh man!
But
Hey,
no.
did you guys notice that Rihanna's stage looked like a little bit like a Super Smash Brothers event stage, a little battle stage?
Oh, wow! Now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that somebody almost fell off one of the platforms?
Really?
Oh man, then I missed a good show because I went outside to go smoke real quick.
They tripped and almost fell off.
No, sorry, Rihanna. I'm sorry.
Oh man, there goes your Fendi. What?
Fenty, there goes the Fenty right there.
Care package. All right. Thank you for listening, guys, and we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for helping me. I couldn't do it without you guys.
Dale.
All right, dale, bye.
Peace.
For KCAA's Inland Talk Express.